My name's Layne, and I'm going to be showing you how to install a subwoofer and amp in any car. So the first thing you're going to want to do is figure out where to put the subwoofer, because they take up a lot of space, and if you don't have room in your car, that's going to be a problem. So you need to make sure you have room, whether it be in the trunk or the back seat, and then go from there. After that, you want to purchase an amp, a subwoofer, and a wiring kit. And you need to make sure the amp and the subwoofer are compatible, because if they're not, you might not get enough power out of your sub, or you might have too much power and you'll blow the speaker. So you need to make sure they'll work together. And Amazon does a good job of letting you know what goes together. So after you buy that and you buy the wiring kit, you want to start to run the wires. And it's up to you how you want to do it. If you want to do it ghetto and just like have the wires exposed and just run it like over your back seat, you can do that. Or if you want it to look nice, you can run it underneath your carpet. It kind of depends on your preference how you want it to look. So after you run the wires, you want to attach the power wire or connect that to the battery. And when you do this, you want to make sure you disconnect the negative battery terminal so you don't get sparks or catch anything on fire. So what you'll do is this red wire here, you'll connect that to the battery terminal on your car and make sure the fuse, then this fuse comes with the wiring kit, but you'll make sure it's near the battery. You'll want to attach it to somewhere inside your car, and then run the wire through from the battery to the fuse, and then from the end of the fuse to the amp, wherever you decide to put it. So for me, I put mine in the trunk, so I ran the power wire underneath the car. But most people, they'll probably have it inside their car. It just kind of depends. Then after you get the power wire ran to the amp and soldered on, you want to run the RCA cables and the remote wire. And now most amps should have RCA plugs in the back if they're aftermarket. So if they're not the stock, there should be an RCA cable plug-in. From there, you'll plug it in and then run it to your the amp for your sub. And that's pretty straightforward. It just takes a little bit of work if you want to conceal the wires. And then the remote wire, that's a little blue one, and that's a little tricky because you have to decide or figure out which one to connect that to, and that involves soldering. On my amp, I had two blue wires and soldered it to the wrong one at first, so I had to redo it. Then, yeah, you'll solder the remote wire, so when you turn on your car and turn the head unit on, that'll send power to the amp. Otherwise, if you didn't have that, the amp would be on all the time, even when your car is off, because it's connected directly to your battery. So basically, that's all the steps you need to take. You just need to make sure you run the wires in the right place, connect everything to the amp, and um, make sure like everything's connected right, because if you have something connected in the wrong spot, it could cause an electrical fire or something. And I guess after you get it wired up, you can listen to whatever music you like.